Now this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel. And the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard. Line.
Here we go.
They're on 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now Roethlisberger getting this one into the hands of Smith-Schuster. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. Hassan Reddick coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. He's got this complete to Ryan Switzer. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Situation. Let's go. He's checking. Kill.
Murray now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella. 65 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
A good pick up there. 26 yards. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
The timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
After the turnover, here's Murray. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. 46 yards. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st down, Drake. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards there and a 1st down. First down, Murray. Steps away to his left. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. But it's brought in by Washington. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
No spacing.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. Second down.
Here we go. Like 80.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half.
51 to mine.
They go play action with Roethlisberger. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his second there.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. This is Johnson. He's got it. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Forced out to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
30. 50. Hey, Mike, 55. Cut.
To throw again on second down. Roethlisberger. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the sack and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Throwing on first down is Murray. This one caught by Isabella. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Throwing now is Murray. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Charles Clay, as the first half is winding down. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Cardinals. Demir Bird, 54 yards. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. First carry for James Conner. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they got the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
Jim. Hey, I got it.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington. And big bit intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Robert Alford. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They stay on the ground with Drake. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
55, right there in the middle, 55. Get that quarterback.
Murray going to try to throw on third down. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, defense, let's go.
Murray now on 1st down. Flush to his right. Throw caught here by Bird. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. They'll run on 1st down. It's Drake. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Mike, I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Check 24, check 24.
On 2nd and 7, Murray flushed out right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the 1st down. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
That's it, baby.
And that'll set him back 5. On 4th down, here's Zane Gonzalez for the Cardinal field goal. And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left of the upright. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
He's going to launch it for Washington. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Mike 51. Mike 51. Hey, Echo.
Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Roethlisberger now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Roethlisberger going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 25. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. T.J. Watt. A sensational effort by him, and that is one of the biggest losses you'll ever see on a sack. On 3rd down, Drake. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position.
Hey, Charlie. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now here's another interception. Picked off inside the 10.
So many times we end the game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. There to make the tackle, Steven Nelson. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. Dancing to his left. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Murray now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno.
To try again after the sack. Murray escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Andy Isabella was the intended target at its 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Joker.
Murray with a 3rd and long. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And some room to maneuver. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.